phone number?
No, I ain't put no phone number. We're going to announce the phone number.
Join the convo.
No, I ain't do none of that. Explicit language.
lyrics?
This is explicit language.
Okay.
That's what I did.
We don't own the rights to this music?
I didn't do that one.
Motherfucker.
But
We'll do it later.
we can go back and I can edit it and put it in there.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody. What's up, Facebook?
Hey,
Good
y'all.
morning. How y'all
Facebook.
doing? What's up? Okay, bro.
Periscope, YouTube.
Swipe. Just swipe it. Oh, cool. All right, cool. That'll work. That'll work. Appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. Good morning, everybody. What's up? Welcome to the Master Gas Entertainment
Pull my
Show.
shorts down.
Why?
Why you shave?
What's up,
The
everybody?
hell? What? Is it everybody shaving and shit?
Keep
Golly.
flipping it.
I had a job interview.
Okay. Okay.
No. I'm here teaching little kids.
See, if you want something done, you
Right
got
there.
to do it.
Stand up by itself.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Oh!
You don't just give me a hard time.
Oh! Everybody yell. Just let
What's
it
up,
out.
everybody? What's up? Good morning. What's going
But
down?
sometimes you just gotta scream.
Music today is by your boy
Jeez.
Q. Music today is by your boy Q. I call it Q's Po Boy Mix. We listening to No Time by Lil Kim.
Did you put it on Do Not Disturb?
You didn't do that? I mean,
Hey,
well, we
y'all.
have to put it on Do Not Disturb in just a brief moment. Just a second. Like, can I go do it like right now? Like, can I just hit it down and just hit it?
I don't know.
Oh my God, really?
It's all good. We'll make it work.
What's up, everybody? Let me cut my phone down. Put the phone down. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to Master Gas Entertainment. This is your boy Q, and I am here with the MTG crew. First of all, we just want to say thank you so much for joining us on today. If you want to join the conversation, 214-717-4827. We're right here on the After Party Radio on the B side. We appreciate all that good shit and stuff like that. We're going to be dealing with Off the Cuff Part 4.
And I'm gonna need you to give that number one more time because, and y'all need to make note of it.
Make
Because
note of it.
today, y'all gonna want to join this conversation.
All right, Miss Sunshine said y'all gonna want to join the conversation. 214-717-4827 is our call-in phone number. So listen, let's go ahead and get started with the show. We're gonna go ahead and start with our poll questions on this morning. So I think let me go ahead and grab them while I'm bossing y'all around and stuff. So let me go ahead and see if I can find them real quick and all that good stuff. How was y'all week? While I'm finding poll questions, y'all can talk to me. How was the week?
Look,
Because I'm gonna be
it
quiet
was
in a minute.
week. It was a week. We're just gonna say that. I survived it. I didn't go to jail.
Thank you, Jesus.
Amen.
That you did not go to jail. I told you, we can't do no show from loose theory.
Look, I'm gonna have to have y'all hit my inbox with my PayPal, my Cash App, so I can save up some bail money.
Okay. Yeah.
No, well,
You know, these
Look,
things happen.
Look, maybe we need to start a Mash the Gas bail fund.
you trying to get all of us locked up, huh? Is that what that is?
I'm just saying to
'Cause
be
let me-
prepared.
Because
We
you know
need to
what?
be prepared.
Because motherfuckers do try you, don't they?
Yeah.
They just do try you, though, boy.
Every day.
They do try you. You be like, you know what? I'm trying to be a good Christian today, but you just get choked the fuck out. I mean, like, you just don't understand how close to death you are right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think people ever know how close to death they come on a regular basis.
Look,
Y'all mean?
people die in my head every day. What you talking about? Shoot.
Oh,
Y'all,
goodness.
man, you know,
Every day.
I mean, you can just really honestly, like, you know, you just picture a gun range in your head with every person you'd like to shoot and
See,
really
you automatically
purge.
go with the gun.
Yeah, I mean,
See, I
because
go
I'm thinking
straight
about
with the hands,
No,
blunt object.
No. I'm telling you,
Look.
I mean, I'll use a blunt object. That's why I drive around with a bat in my car.
See?
You know, now I use a bat or something
Mhm.
like that. But let me tell you, anything that I can do to keep from getting my face hit or my hands, I'm cool.
I hear you.
I mean, now, don't get me wrong, I will use my hands. But anything I can do to protect my hands and my face, I'm good. I'm sorry. I've always been that way.
Not the face, not the
I've
face.
always been that way. I ain't scared to take no punch though. I'm just saying, I don't want no shiners on my face.
Understood.
Yeah.
But this is why you have to have your CHL. And in the state of Texas, brass knuckles are not legal.
They are now or not?
They are legal.
They are.
They are legal?
Yes, in the state of Texas,
snap.
brass knuckles. However, they do make carbon fiber knuckles.
Carbon fiber knuckles.
Which are a lot lighter and are just as effective.
Wow.
But you didn't hear that from me.
And you know what? Please forgive us in our rage on today. Okay, then I found the poll questions. Mo said she'd be here in a minute. Like normal, Mo is late, everybody. So.
Yeah, y'all used to it by now. We 2 years in. Y'all know what it is. She on CPT regularly.
On a regular basis. Here you go. From the desk of Q, of course, that's me. In your opinion, do you believe that some parents, and I have some in quotes, allow electronic devices to raise their kids? Is it a huge influence on their growth? 87% says, yes, I believe so. 13% says, no, I don't believe so. So what y'all think about that? Do y'all think that a lot of parents nowadays are allowing their electronic devices to babysit their children?
Absolutely. Well, and you think about it, back in the day, it's a process of evolution. Because before, it was the TV.
Right.
When we were kids growing up, was it not the Sunday comics?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday morning comics, yeah.
Books.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Look, I've read every single Babysitter's Club series there is. So,
Bless your heart.
that's the thing is, as things came along, our kids, I think it was a stick in a can. Our parents, I think it was a stick in a can in the street. For real.
What school did you go to again?
You talking about
our parents.
Oh, you talking about our
Our
parents?
parents.
Oh, okay.
They did the little telephone with the cans on either end with the string in between, and then of course climbing trees.
And that was some bullshit with the telephone. Damn well you couldn't hear on the other end.
Actually, you could.
You were just hearing what they were yelling on the other end.
Oh, I've been saying, you had to be in close proximity
No,
to hear.
actually you didn't, because the string actually
There goes the
helps.
engineer.
The string helps the sound waves bounce along. And as the sound waves bounce along, the can was to amplify it once it got to you.
So through the vibrations.
Right,
of
through the
sound.
vibration.
Gotcha.
And the only reason I know is because me and my cousins growing up, we had tree houses like next to each other. We had the strings running, and you didn't have to yell. You could actually just talk normally, and you could hear the other person.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
For me.
but just a series of evolution, as we've come along in technology. Now, I do think that our children today are too dependent upon these technology, the technology that we have. 'Cause
Okay.
let me just tell you, let me take the laptop away or the tablet, or God help everybody if I tell you I'm taking the Xbox. My son has come to tears. Come to tears.
But that's back in our day. My mom would take the power cord to the Nintendo.
And the joysticks.
Well,
and
no,
the
she
games.
didn't need to take the power cord, or the joysticks and everything. She took the power cord. You ain't doing nothing.
No, my mom, let me tell you, my mom, she would take it all. Like some parents, they'll let you look at it, whatever the case it is, just kind of give you a reminder of what's to come. My mom just erased it. Like, it was just gone. Like, I'm like, damn, like, I feel like I moved out the house. There's nothing there in that little space.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's what, okay, so
Look, my next step is just gonna be flipping off the internet. I did that one time, resetting the internet. Oh my God, the whole house. The internet's gone. The internet's gone. God, help everybody. Y'all, for real. When the satellites fall out of the sky, just come to my house with a lawn chair and a drink, because we all gonna sit in the front yard and watch the chaos go down.
Absolutely.
Because the world will end when the satellites fall.
You know what, and I'm gonna tell you too. But I also look at it as the fact that these babies that are growing up actually are our tomorrow or our tomorrow. So they have to be technically savvy. They have, because of the way that the world is turning, it's going to get more technological. It's going to be even more. We got to keep up with these other countries and all this other stuff. So I think maybe hopefully we can give them a little mix, give them some playground time, give them some reading time, and then maybe let them have electronic devices maybe on the weekend or something.
And see, that's my thing.
Yeah.
You need a little bit of the old along with the new.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Because when the new fails, like we know technology does, come on now. What are you going to do? On a daily basis, I see people, I can't get it on my phone. I can't get it on my phone. And it's like, okay, not a problem. Here's a piece of paper.
Absolutely.
And then it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like mental math is not important anymore either. It's important for a person to know how to count.
Right.
But people, they pull out their phones. Let me get my calculator. Let me see what this is. Okay,
Come on, you can't add 8 plus 8.
15. 15. Let's move on real quick because we gotta take a break at 10:30.
Yeah,
so
right.
Okay, let's move it on real quick. Next poll question, of course, comes from me as usual. It says, parents, should your child's teacher be allowed to spank your child if it was needed? 44% says hell no, I'm the parent. 56% says hell yes if needed.
Mm-hmm.
Should your child's teacher be allowed to spank your child if it was needed?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
I think so too.
Look, I don't want to see my children on Instagram or YouTube or anything else being disrespectful or doing some of this I've seen
Mm-hmm.
lately.
And to me, that's where everybody's pulling away from that. It takes a village. Because I remember growing up, you act a fool at school, or even if you were out in the neighborhood playing around, somebody's parents saw you, an adult saw you acting a fool, you got whooped, you got brought home,
Right.
parents got told what was going on, you got beat again.
Exactly.
Right.
But that's what's
Absolutely.
needed. And that's what's needed, because I remember at the K, getting licks, it's like, well, I'd rather get licks than you call my mom.
Absolutely.
Right.
Right.
I'd rather give me the licks all day long. Don't call my mama.
I was so happy Mr. Denson retired before I got in 6th grade.
Let me
I
tell
remember
you.
them. Coach Taylor, Coach Nelson, walking around with the paddles and with the holes in them.
Right.
And then it was worse for me because being an athlete, you get me in the hallway, then you gonna give me a practice too.
Right.
Then you gonna take
See, but I'm
good.
I'm gonna say this so we can kind of move on so you can actually get the segment started. So when we come back, we can get just another little piece of your segment before we move on to Miss Mo if she's here at the time. But the people who said hell no, I'm the parent. My sister Misha, to you, Montana Meacham. I want to hear from you. Selena Walker, we damn sure want to hear from you. Patty Hughes, Lou Walker, Miss Run You Lee for Real, and Demarius Calanza. We want to hear from you the reason why you said no, that you're the parent. Because I agree with you. Teachers, not when teachers were given corporal punishment, they had more control in their class.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They had more respect in their class. We didn't get paddled when we didn't do anything, and that wasn't even always the first resort. Remember, we got a referral.
Mm-hmm.
They'll talk to you and say, hey, you can't do this. They put you in detention. You miss your class or whatever the case it is. You can't play on the field. They'll do all that. But then corporal punishment was always the last box on the referral. Always the last box. And I think that if teachers start giving some of these kids some licks, they'll get straight. Because they didn't have to call my mom. They didn't have to call.
You get the parents that go, no, not my baby.
Mm-hmm.
My baby wouldn't do that.
But let me tell you, a lot of times, especially like when you were in band or football, or basketball, any major part of the school, all they had to do was just go say something to Mr. Holmes for us. Mr. Holmes, Q out there acting a fool in my class. Well, the first thing that I'm going to get when I get to the band room is, hey man, meet me in my office,
Mhm.
and close the door. And
Right.
then next thing you know, you see my little head going through the damn window shades. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so, but you knew better not to act a certain way. And I understand that people think that, corporal punishment is a way of violence in some children, but I just think in some cases it's needed.
Right. It
I
should not
think
be
so.
the end all be all, but it
Right.
should be inclusive as, structural and behavioral adjustments that are needed.
Right,
It should be included.
right.
Now, granted, again, Q, you mentioned that if you're in extracurricular activities, because our coaches understood. I mean, we had it understood because the first day or 2 days, they let you know.
Right.
Act a fool in class. Then at the end of 2 days, school getting ready to start. Don't be acting a fool in class. Get your work done, be quiet, and if nothing else, if you're not gonna participate, sit in the back of the room, put your head down.
Right.
But you will
right.
not cause a disturbance in the classroom. That's what you will not do.
And that's the key, is not disturbing the other kids in the classroom.
Right. And to me, it is so much more than just getting licks and getting paddled. Because honestly, when it came to running hills, doing the logs, and if anybody never played football, what logs are, you have these huge telephone poles, and you have to bear crawl on all fours across the telephone poles.
Right.
But the key
right.
is you can't let your pads touch the pole. Anytime your pads touch the pole, you got to get up and start over.
Mhm.
And then
Look, I wasn't even in football. I know that drill.
right, and they had 3 telephone poles in the end. So that's a long way to be crawling on all fours.
Man.
And not letting you got 20 pounds of pads on you, and you can't let anything touch that telephone pole. And it's easy to tell, because it's tar and everything. So your jersey or something touch that pole, it's everywhere. No, buddy, no. Give me the licks, I keep moving.
Yeah,
I
pretty
keep
much.
moving.
I mean, we used to have to do, like if we got caught up, act up in class or whatever case is, because we had to drop and all this kind of stuff. But we had the worst thing that I ever had to do, I forget the name of it, but we had to start at the end zone after everybody left practice, start at the end zone and play a certain song and play your part, and you start marching. Of course, between each yard line is 8 feet. So of course it's 8 steps. So you are stepping 8 times towards the 5-yard line, whip around, back to the goal. Up to the 10-yard line, whip around, back to the goal. To the 15-yard line.
We call them suicides.
Yep, and you playing a horn and you have to march that shit. And when you get to your last round, you just fall out because you have no more wind left. And that was punishment enough. So yeah. But anyway, let's go to break real quick. And so I guess when we come back, Miss Sunshine can go ahead and start our segment. We see that Mo is here doing her usual, being Mo. And real quick, again, topic of the music is Q's Po' Boy mix. And let me tell you, I can die right. I mean, I don't want to die without going to Houston and getting me a shrimp and sausage Po' Boy with some remoulade sauce, some chips, and a Corona Light. That's
Can
what
I
I
get a
want.
muffalata? I love those.
Muffaladas are good. But I
Yeah,
What is a
so-
muffalata?
Oh my gosh, what?
I've never had one.
Tell me what
Maybe-
muffalata
I'm
is.
sorry, where are you from? Where's your family from?
Well,
You never had with the olive relish
Oh
and
my
all
God, I
that?
want shrimp Po' Boy.
okay, explain what it is.
Oh my gosh, it's a sandwich?
No, tell me, because you may call it something different. I don't know.
I don't know any other. Is there another word for muffalata? Okay, I didn't think so.
So what's
and,
on
and
it?
where did they originate? Thank
What?
you.
Okay, I'm confused. But then again, you know what? My family teases me all the time because I don't eat crawfish.
Oh, Lord.
So,
Wow.
you
Yes.
know, hey, it is what it is.
I think maybe we were swapped at birth. Maybe that's what happened. I don't know.
I don't
know
know.
I'm older, but that.
Well, let's go ahead and go to break real quick. And so, real quick, again, the music is by me. On our first break, we're gonna listen to "Dangerous" by Meek Mills, Jeremiah, and P&B Rock. That's a new joint that's out and real hot right now. I'm also gonna take a look at Meek Mill's documentary on Amazon Prime. I'm gonna see what that's about. And I am by my girl Mary J. Blige. I'm sorry that I missed the concert. We have no rights to the music that you're about to listen to, and we'll be right back in just a hot second. Bye, 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 bye.
You break it too early.
No, you can just go, so you can go and get your, it's 10:27. You said 10:30, right?
10:35.
My mom would have said hell
That's
no
okay.
too.
Yeah.
That's only because my mom was the type of mama. She would have left her job
Yeah.
to come to the school to beat my ass.
Give
So
them
what?
time.
So
Muffalata is like the sandwich.
okay. So
Don't
what's
worry
on
about
it?
it.
It's deli meat and cheese and
But like,
it's an olive relish.
I call it tourist food because like ain't
What's on a
nobody,
muffalata
ain't
sandwich?
nobody in New Orleans cooking up muffaladas like that. Like you gotta go like on Bourbon, it's like restaurants like that. With it. It's just like boudin, tourist food.
I love boudin.
Oh, those. I know what the. Okay.
Tourist food.
Sicilian.
I want a
blah,
po'
blah,
boy.
blah, blah,
So-
I
blah,
want a
blah.
po' boy so bad.
Okay,
Oh my
that-
God.
You
that-
keep saying that, you gonna make me go get a po' boy after I
That's
leave
why.
here.
Because
Where
we
can you
just.
get a good one from, though? A good po' boy.
That's. I've never had one of those in
Bayou
public. though.
Cat got the.
My grandmother
that
used to
shit
make
Never
out
had
no,
it in
here.
public?
no.
Bayou
My
Cat?
grandmother
that
used to make them.
Oh,
So I would just say, Grandma, can you
Arlington,
make me your sandwich?
360.
That's why I never knew what the name of it was.
I live in Plano. I want to go that way.
Muffalata.
Well, ain't no good.
Yeah.
So it's really
That's
just
why.
seafood.
My grandma used to make them. That's why I didn't know what they were called. I would just ask her to make me a sandwich, and that's what she would make me. So I never knew what they were called. She would just,
Okay.
when I asked for a sandwich, that's what she would make
What's
me.
going on, everybody?
So
let's,
it's
let's
like-
see who's watching.
I don't know.
real quick.
I guess because we have so many different
Let's see
sandwiches in
who's
our
watching.
house. I have
What's
to-
going
I
on?
have to
Miss
specifically
Wayne, thank you so
ask
much for watching. Nikki, thank you so much for watching. April, Miss Sunshine, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it. Who else is watching? It's not telling me. It just said it's
I
like
call it
13
tourist
people
food.
on.
Yeah. None of us can call
I
it.
know. See, I don't like that about Facebook. Facebook, just so not. If you do not get a personal
Voice,
shout out,
likes, all
do
that
not
kind of
take it
stuff.
personal. It doesn't scroll everybody up on there. I
Yeah.
don't know why, but it's so frustrating.
So yeah, so everybody, you know, we see y'all watching. We appreciate the love.
Absolutely, we do.
Hey, Miss Mary, you on here today? I hadn't seen your name
No,
pop up
I
yet.
thought I saw it on there.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, there she is. Yeah, there you are, Miss
Hey,
Mary.
Mary.
And Miss
Hello.
Alicia, and Adonis, and Amaya.
And of course, here's Mo Swag, late as always.
I'm not late. I was here over there with the engineer. You didn't tell me about this.
She said she wasn't late. Did y'all see her in here with us?
I don't know that. I just found it out.
I'm gonna need you to come. I'm trying to figure out how the hell you just wake up and your phone ain't charged. Oh, nice, lovely. Oh, okay.
My nice little business
Good
holder.
morning.
I was so
Good
excited about that.
So now you need to go.
What's going on?
When you call in.
Let me get something for y'all.
10:35.
That's what time it is now. Oh no, it's not 10:30. I'm not trying to fight with you today.
No, I just need this headache to go away.
Reggie, just go next, Reggie.
Yeah, I just
We
That's what's on the schedule.
I'm telling you, I'm trying to help you out because you know you're gonna
I
get that
cannot
time.
call in until exactly
But what I'm trying to
10:35.
tell you is that you can get settled and get stuff ready in preparation for
Look, you
10:35.
see my
You're making
stuff?
it seem like that it's 12 minutes away. It's 5 minutes away. Take your ass out there and get yourself ready. I don't care about you throwing on the middle finger. You love the AP, don't you?
I do.
Like Mo. I don't like Mo today.
Why not?
I don't know. Give me a
Coordinate.
reason. Give me a reason.
Yeah, I guess me and Q just had a Kimball thing going on today.
Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching. Hey cousin, I'm sorry I missed you at the reunion too, baby. I really wanted to see you.
But no, not really. I get it.
Hey sis,
I get it that on Sunday, really. So,
what's going on, Shanice? Angie Woods, hey, how you doing, darling? It's my other sister. Yeah, what's going on? Kia is on. Thank y'all so much for jumping on and watching. Right now the topic is off the cuff, part 4. My boy Hendrix is gonna go next. Miss Sunshine had to step out and take care of some business real quick. My boy Hendrix gonna step in and he's gonna talk about a few things. We just talking today. We don't have nothing really specific. It's any topics that the crew want to bring up. But we got some juicy ones, so make sure you guys like us, follow us. Also, we are on YouTube. We're on Periscope. We're on live Periscope right now. And also make sure that you follow us on What else? Shit. Snapchat and all the other stuff we got. Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. At Master Gas. Who else watching? It's a whole lot of damn dogs. A lot of people. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. For real. For real. Mo. She's gonna be out.
She only gonna be out for a minute. It ain't gonna take her that
Oh,
long.
everything on? Okay. Okay, I thought it was gonna take her like 10 minutes. Okay. I'll try to do things the right way.
Yeah.
Y'all listen to I Am by Mary J. Blige. Again, we do not own the rights to any music, so Facebook don't be messing with us. I ain't in the mood. You messing with us, Facebook.
Yeah. Instagram, be tripping. Facebook, be tripping.
Okay, Mo, let me see.
Yeah. So this is something Mo can actually listen to that she probably knows. Because everything else, you need to put your headset on too, Mo.
When you hit Do Not Disturb, is it the lock one? Is it the lock or is it the airplane?
Stand by. I got it. I'm coming. I got it. I don't know.
I'm just asking. I'm just gonna go do the phone, but it's okay.
Hey, welcome back, y'all. It's your boy Hendrix and the MTG crew. And yeah, that was Dangerous by Meek Mill, Jeremiah, and P&B Rock. And then I Am, Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Now,
Mary.
look, here's the thing. I love Mary J.
I love Mary.
But I gotta be honest, Mary's best music comes after a breakup. It does. It really does.
God damn.
And I mean, you know, you got certain. You see, you gotta hit the bell on them because because it's just like Luther Vandross has great music. I'm sorry, his entire album, his discography is great.
Wait for just a little bit. Thank you.
But Big Luther is way better than Little Luther.
Big Luther is way better than Little Luther.
Yeah, Big Luther always better than Little Luther. Not they great, both great. Don't get me wrong, but Big Luther, whoo, some babies made to him.
Like Luther said, you can't tell when he was big and when he was going to sing certain songs. But I just know Luther's still living, so it don't matter.
I'm telling you, I'm not talking about when he was singing the song. I'm talking about when they first came out. You could tell. Now, when he was actually singing live, no, you could not tell. However, just like with Mary J., it seems like they have greater inspiration when she's hurt. And then Luther, when he was big, it seemed like he was just putting more of himself into the music.
I agree. I can agree.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing over there, Q? You ain't even paying attention to
I am paying
our
attention.
stellar conversation.
I am paying
You over there
attention.
looking at those girls
No.
with the inbox.
Actually, I'm not messing with the inbox. I'm laughing at you because you said Luther's still alive, and I'm thinking to myself, I hope they don't send the crazy house people up here and lock your ass up in a straitjacket if you think Luther's still alive.
I mean, she been on.
Tupac,
And Elvis, Whitney, they all alive.
baby.
They just had big funerals, huh?
Epstein.
You know what? Go ahead. Just
So yeah, we since Bo talking some crazy nonsense,
I'm just saying.
yeah.
we gonna get into this next.
They gonna have pastors up here praying for
Yeah.
you. You the Christian lady.
You need to have hands laid on you this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So if you take a look at our Instagram feed, you'll see something that was very, very disturbing. The Lancaster post office, there was a gentleman that had guns and had a lot of provocative things to say. He called the agent at the desk a jigaboo, a nigga, and some other derogatory terms that he was using, and he also just made a huge scene. And I want to discuss this with everybody and get your feelings on it and see what everybody else thought. Because, you know, for our listeners on Facebook and that are on the After Party Radio, you can jump over to our Instagram feed and actually see this post and just let us know your thoughts. Because me personally, the fact that he had guns in a government building should have been the key thing. That should have stopped it right there. However,
right.
he was able to get up to the front of the line, and there was a line in front of the person that was filming. So apparently there was a line in the post office, but then again, this is Texas. How many times you been to the post office and there hasn't been a line?
That's right.
Pretty much.
Pretty much all the time,
All
right?
the time.
All right. So I'm trying to figure out, how is this possible, and do you think white privilege played a role in it? And Mo, I want to get your thoughts on it first.
Well,
Did you even see it, Mo?
you mean that big fat nasty man?
Yes.
The counter?
Yes.
Now this is my problem. What city were they in?
That's Lancaster. Yes,
Okay.
Lancaster.
Now, Lancaster is near where I live.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know nobody who would not have gone up into his face. See, that's the problem. He was in Lancaster. Had he been in Cedar Hill, one, it wouldn't have been video. Two, he wouldn't have been walking out the same way he walked in. Three, them women across from the counter would have been like, "Fuck this pension, and with you and your clan, you and your Confederate flag, kiss my butt." But reality is, it was videotaped. This man is who he is. He didn't get the form, and that's all. We don't need to give him any more credibility. We know those people are out there. We know he's going to die in about 2 to 6 months because his diabetes, cholesterol, or he's going to just die of a heart attack. So just let it go. We know they're out there.
Well, and see, the reason
They work with you.
Yeah, the reason I was bringing it up is because some people say that racism doesn't exist anymore. And my whole thing is that, to our white listeners, understand something. We're not against anybody white or any other races for that matter. We
Right.
love everybody. However, ignorance needs to be called out. And
Absolutely.
if you're tired of seeing posts about racism, help do something about it. You gotta, it can't come from one person. It takes a whole people to get rid of racism. And don't think that it's gonna go away overnight, because you have countries such as India, which colorism is a huge factor in their lives every day.
And they're having a problem now with, in India. Just heard the story on NPR, All Things Considered, how the Hindus or Hindis are beating Muslims for transporting beef or pork, because it's sacred over there. So these people are transporting them food for themselves, and they're being grabbed out of the trucks, beat, just because of their ethnicity. So it's just not alive and well in the United States. We know about it because we're here.
Right.
So sad.
Yeah, it is.
People just start loving each other.
I was trying to figure out, of course, they didn't show the other lady's video that was actually saying something to him. She actually sounded like she may have been Caucasian. I don't want to assume.
Sounded like.
She sounded like, I'm not going to assume. But I will say this, being in a situation like that, definitely says that we have to do something about these freaking gun laws. We got to do something about it, because we always talk about it all the time. If there would have been an older black man that did something like that, or where the case it is, and let's just say that he was actually talking to somebody of our own color, and he called them all kind of names, and whatever the case it is, if he walked in a post office or whatever the case it is with guns around his shoulder, around his waist and around his leg, right? And around his leg, 911 would be instantly called. That's my thing. Why didn't somebody?
Here's the problem. We get 911 calling us just for being black somewhere.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if don't get me wrong, the person that video, that was fine. But my thing is, video after you dial 911, say, listen, we got an old man up in this post office that's strapped up in this piece, and I don't know what he fits to do, and he's calling people behind the counter niggas and all kind of stuff. Excuse my French. Sorry about that, the N-word, or whatever the case it is, because the fact of the matter is that nowadays we are on high alert everywhere we go. People of color are on high alert because we have people shooting up malls and people, doing all kind of stuff. And now you in a post office and you strapped like you fist to go to war or something. And you feel like just because you strapped up don't mean that you still can't get your old behind whooped. You know what I'm saying? Now, I bet you if an old black man was in there, he would probably got socked in his face.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, we got to do something about this, because it's just, it's ridiculous, y'all. We don't want to be somewhere in the Galleria during Christmas time, man.
Yeah, we
and
do.
something
Yeah, we do. See,
You-
it's
you
gonna-
think-
see,
so you
this is
think
what's
we-
going to happen. You know how it took. Okay, so you know Claudette was the first one who didn't get off the back of the bus, but because she was a single parent, they didn't want to do it. So then they had to let Rosa Parks do it. It's going to take the right someone on the wrong day, and all I say is, Lord, let it be me. Let it be me, Lord. Let it be me. That's what I say.
Let it be you, Mom.
Let it be. Because, see, we ain't singing No One Shall Overcome or Closing Hands and We Shall Overcome is doing the second stanza, Lift Every Voice and Sing. We bringing them to their knees. We're bringing them to their economic needs. Because, see, once they beat me and I'm bloodied and half of my face is like this and I can't walk, I'm walking up to that podium and I'm saying the FOI, the fruit of Islam.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, you Crips and you Bloods. And then it's going to be on and popping. Y'all want to be real men? Show me you real men. Because you ain't doing nothing in the streets but playing with each other and shooting each other with guns y'all can't even afford and property y'all don't even own.
Wow.
So show me that you real men.
Wow.
But on that day, when I'm in the Galleria and they done beat me down and said I stole something and I didn't steal something and I ain't going to give them the receipt, so I can sue the whole Galleria and Tiffany's because that's what
Right.
Well, you know.
I'm just saying.
Well,
Yes,
you know,
yeah.
the Tiffany's in Dallas is kind of snooty.
Ain't no,
Y'all
they're
know
racist.
it.
They ain't got to snooty. They let the black girl wait on me. 2 white people wouldn't wait on me. That's all right. Cause see, this is the problem. This is the problem. I tell people, we discuss racism, we discuss bias, we discuss prejudice.
Right. Right.
White people do not have the strong hold on racism because what you think is one race is better than the other. And if you are true to yourselves and you are one particular race, if you don't think your race is better than another, then you kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. See,
Who was it that said
you
that? Like
have
that,
to.
the light bulb has to go off.
It really
It
does.
had that the light bulb for white people, not all white people. I'm just saying for white people in general has to go off to say, you know what? Oh my God, I am superior. Acting, or I am this person that does have white privilege, and this is what I can get away with because I am this color.
Well, they discover that once they see different stories or people, and that's when we always talk about the discussion, when
Right,
we discuss
right.
race.
Right.
But what I got to get through everyone is that if you are of a particular ethnicity or race, and you don't think yours is better than the other, what the hell? If you raise children, and you tell your children you're not as good, because every time mine go out the door, I'm like, okay, you need to have your listening ears on because you're better than everyone else. You know you're very smart and you know you're very pretty.
Right, right.
So we have to be kind to others who are not as smart and who are not as pretty. If you want me to, send her out and then come out, now really, you're not that good, you're not that smart, you know.
And-
But
and
no,
see,
but that really has nothing to do with race.
Yes, it
it's
is.
just self-confidence.
It's self-confidence,
But
Mom.
that's what racism
But
is.
I
It's
get what Mo was
confidence in who
saying.
you are.
Right,
But
because-
it's been generational. I'm better
Right,
than.
I get
But
what
I
you're
guess
saying.
my
I'm
thing
better
is,
than, I'm
and
better
this is how I raise my children, how I was raised. I'm better just because I'm me, not because of the color of my skin. It's going to be how I reflect in how I treat other people.
No, it's been placed in your life in subtly. It's so subtle.
So
And subliminal messages. Because remember, your mother is what?
White.
So she didn't.
But then
have to
again,
say-
I did not get that encouragement.
No. See,
So I'm just saying.
she didn't have to say she was better. But when you were in her presence, people treated her differently than if you were walking with my mother.
Oh
Or
no,
if you
they
were-
try to give you off to somebody else because she obviously was not your parent.
you're still not gonna teach her. Okay, so
You
if
give
you
up, Mom.
if you went up to
Please give up.
if you went up to the counter
Mhm.
with her, you would see a difference in the way people treated her as opposed to they treated someone else like my mother coming up to the counter. They didn't have to know who you were or who you were with, but you would see the different treatment. So you saw this growing up in your life. And there's a lot of white people don't know because it's just been ingrained. It's been ingrained that my mother, who was fairly, they call it fair skin, my mother, she always knew she was better. not because of her fairness of her skin, but of who she was, her family. A lot of people in the black community don't have that family connection.
Right.
And we talk about that.
And this is where one of them times where y'all are actually agreeing, y'all just using different words to agree. Because
Exactly.
you're saying that the self-confidence should be included because of your race.
Yes.
So you should be proud of who you are.
Whoever you
Right.
are. Whoever
And
you
what
are. Black, white, or
Sunshine,
green.
right, and what Sunshine is saying is that she didn't get that same. Her mother presented positive influences, but it wasn't probably
Overt.
as right.
Yeah, she didn't tell her you're a great person, you're smart, you read a lot of books,
Right.
your word.
So
your word.
at the end of the day, what I'm hearing from both of you is that what needs to happen is that we need to ingrain in our kids that you are great.
Mhm.
There are going to be people that are better at certain activities or things than you, and that's fine. But you're still a great person because where you may be good at one thing, they're going to be better at something else. But what you can do is you can always help each other be better.
Well, and I tell my kids, okay, so some of them first-time college students, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, they're going to say you're not supposed to be here. But remember, my kids are like 97% white in the district. So I was like, y'all first-time college students, they're going to say you're not supposed to be here. And they're like, why? I said, because we're white. I said, no, because you're first-time college students, and they may be third or fourth generation. And they are what? They are intimidated because they see that they're not the best.
Right. And that's one of the things that
Now, I think that
That's scary.
affects a lot of college students.
It does. It does.
You know,
That's why
some of
they-
these people, they come from small towns
Yes,
and small,
yes,
you know,
yes.
communities.
Mhm.
Then all of a sudden you get to a college campus and it's like, wait a minute.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm no longer at the top of my class. I'm no longer the best running back. I'm no.
Well, flip that script. The ones who come from, like if they went to UT, the third generation UT, they only got there not because of their grades. They got there because their mom
Their
graduated,
background.
their dad graduated,
Well, no,
their
there's
grandfather graduated.
there's
Because it's that family legacy clause.
Right.
You know, that's how you get in. And so they're intimidated by these kids who, you know, who come from cut and shoot.
Right. But here's the funny part about that. Not everybody knows about the legacy clause.
Mm.
Because at A&M, I had no idea about it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you looked at my grades,
Mm-hmm.
you looked at my portfolio and my application, I didn't need it to get in.
Well, see, that's just it. So they were intimidated by you and said you didn't belong there. Whereas they didn't have that. Because I'm still confused, and I'm 100 years old about how the hell you get a degree in general studies and why I didn't do that. I should have got a degree in general studies, so I could have got it in 2.2 years. Yeah.
Well,
And
I'm
that's a
trying to
degree.
debate if I'm gonna hit the damn building.
But I didn't know my girlfriend's, and it's called an MRS degree. Trying to find a husband degree, a Mrs. degree. So you go to, I swear to God, tell
Yeah,
me.
no, it's called MRS.
I agree.
You go
I mean,
to
I get it, but
top-notch colleges
Wow.
and get a general studies degree, and this is what messed my head up. So, you know, SMU, I gotta go to SMU. So SMU is where I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna get a master's in liberal studies. And when I told my mom, she's still laughing at this in heaven. When I told my mom, she was like, "Oh, that's a bored housewife's degree." Oh. She was thoroughly disappointed. She was she said, "What you gonna do? Just pick and choose? I like art." Ugh. I said, "Mom," she said, "Get a real degree." I said, "I'm gonna get one from a real school."
Right. And
that's what it is.
And this is where being educated and knowing what is in front of you, and please understand, when I say being educated, I'm not talking about a piece of paper. It's having knowledge of the situation in the world that you're in. So you have to be able to compete. So you can't go out for the swim team and you show up with football pads on.
Right.
You can't do that. You know, you have to have the right equipment for the field that you're playing in. All right.
Right.
So I just want everybody to know that we have to start shutting this down, and it begins at home. You have to start. You want to get rid of racism, you have to start at home. And some of those old generational, you know, you might have that parent or grandparent that's still pushing this stuff. You have to be the one that shuts it down. No, you're not going to talk like that around my kids. And
Right.
you have to shut it down.
But you know what? I was saying, okay, so my girlfriend is married to my white girlfriend is married to a black guy. And so you know what I call my white friends, right? Friends. So my girlfriend is married to a black guy, and her dad hates him.
Mhm.
I mean, hates him and says stuff about him. And she was real upset. I said, okay, we're having our Oprah moment. Oprah moment. The reason the man hates her is because imitation is the best form of flattery, right? So this white girl done brought this jet black man home to marry.
Jet black.
And so he jet black. So
You sure you're not naming it?
but her dad is really upset and just says hurtful things, and she's like, that's not right. I said, you just brought a man who looks nothing like your dad, who's nothing like your dad, home to your dad. What the hell was he supposed to do? Jump up for joy and say, oh, I'm glad you got somebody who wasn't like me because I ain't shit?
But the thing of it is that man is probably exactly like him,
Just a different color.
just a different color.
And that's what you do because you have a tendency to marry your mom, your dad. Whoever.
Women have a tendency to marry their dad. Men have a tendency to marry their mom.
Exactly. But we are about looks and physicality, so that's all he sees right now. Through the years, he'll probably change, especially when grandchildren come along. But like I had to tell her, because she was really upset.
She was distraught.
She was really distraught, and we were in the car driving. When she was driving, thank God she was driving, and thank God we getting something to eat. Because my show was in the mouth. But I had to let her know it's not that. It's gonna be okay.
So next topic. You want Miss Sunshine to go?
Why you
You know,
doing
since
this?
she's supposed to have actually the last segment, Miss Sunshine needs to step out. So I think since we have an extended segment right now, and so
If you was
we
on
can just
time, you
kinda
noticed.
switch it out a little bit.
No, I couldn't hear y'all in the car. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, whatever. So so Miss Sunshine, what's your topic today? It's off the cuff, so give it to us. What you got?
Look, which one we want to talk about first? We want to talk. No, you know what? I have a lot of heated discussions with people about homosexuality.
Okay.
Now, my thing is being a mom, having a gay son, and seeing people basically blame women for their child being homosexual, or blaming the lack of positive male role models on homosexuality. I'm like, you know what? Last time I checked, homosexuals weren't the one having babies. So it is a genetic factor. Argue it if you want to. It is not learned behavior. Because if you have two people in a household, strong marriage, strong family values, strong Christian values, how do you end up with a gay child?
And you can't pray to get away.
I keep trying to tell people that you can't pray to get away.
I've had friends who sent their children to the gay camp, the gay pray away camp.
And that scares the hell out of me, because I know those people, and I'm sorry, do your research, do your science, and as of 2017, they have genetic connections to homosexuality. They even have two specifically that are found in men. Women is a little more lag. I was reading that they said women is a little harder to pinpoint. They haven't really done so much research in women as everything else. They never do the research they need to for women, but that's another story. Anyway, but no.
Let me ask you something while you're talking about that. Do you think? And I saw something like this on Facebook, and I didn't put it up. I was going to wait until we have our special guest. Hopefully, we can get special guests come on next month. But what happens is that I saw a post, and I want to kind of see if I can rearrange it. Do you think that being gay for women is more acceptable than being gay for men?
Absolutely. And I also believe that bisexuality is almost normal for women, but not normal in the sense of every woman is a lesbian or bisexual. Just the fact that we are loving, nurturing creatures, and it is just within us. It's it's part of our genetic makeup to be loving and nurturing. And so I feel like, whether it be male or female, we just have a connection. So that's why I think it is more acceptable for women.
What about the
Plus the fact that
bisexuality?
men just like that shit.
Explain the bisexuality for
The bisexuality?
No, ain't nobody fits the
I'm
food
not saying
today,
that
bro.
every
Nobody
woman
fits-
is
nobody
bi,
fits
but I
food
do
today.
believe that there's a lot of women that are bi-curious.
That's the difference.
But that's by horse. Okay, explain.
No,
that.
Mom, stop.
I know.
Can't do that.
Okay,
I
explain
also
it
don't
to me.
believe that we as human beings are meant to be monogamous creatures. I don't think
Well, I
anybody
kind of have
really-
to agree with that.
I
You
know,
know,
'cause you
I
are.
can't.
I mean,
No, it
actually,
doesn't.
Y'all
I mean,
explain this to me. I'm asking Sunshine a question.
Oh,
Okay,
come on.
women who started out with one man and they had children, and then she decided that she was gay.
I don't think
So
that.
what is that?
I don't
Is
think
that bisexual?
No.
That's about horse.
Now,
No, it's not.
No, Mo.
What is it?
look,
Okay,
this
cool.
is like talking to some of those people on Facebook.
I know.
And that's why I want you to talk to
Here's
us.
the
Okay.
thing, is there are so many people in this world who try so hard to fit in with the norm.
Mhm.
I know so many people who have spent half their lives playing the heterosexual role because they don't want to be discriminated against, because they don't want to be ostracized, because they don't want to be rejected by society. So they play that role. And then some odd reason, whenever they hit a certain age, or maybe something occurs, maybe their children grow up, I don't know what the situation is, but then they just discover, you know what? It's time I be me.
Okay, now, see, okay, so this is what happened. My girlfriend, she married her college sweetheart, they had 3 kids. Then she was like, you know what, I'm gay. So then he fought like hell for custody of 3 girls, right? So now she's gay in Atlanta, living happily ever after. So then I have another instance where he and she were together. They had two children, and they were together 20 years. And then she's like, you know, I'm gay. And then she got married last October.
To a woman?
Yeah, to a woman. So my question to you, not knowing who you are, what you want, I get it. Okay. But
Or like I say, most of these people know, but
They just
again,
hide
they
it.
try to fit in with society,
Mhm.
what society deems acceptable.
that's it.
Because we are still in a very, very racist and bigoted society.
But I have gay friends, and I think I have gay friends who are gay, who always been gay, and I'm good with that. I am good with that. But the ones who were heterosexual and now homosexual, do you know the problem I have with that? They done screwed up another person's life, because it's
Absolutely,
not just
absolutely.
a divorce you got.
Absolutely. But straight people do that shit.
You miss the point. It's not
People
no,
do that
it's
shit.
not just a divorce you got from them and the kids. Let's say these people didn't even have kids. It's that now you are so bad in the head that I'm like, what tendencies do I have that I attracted your ass
Well, you know
and ruined
no.
my life?
See, here's
listen to
But
me, somebody
you're
who can
taking
tell
it
the story.
Okay.
Listen to somebody who can
Okay.
tell the story personal. So I'm
Okay.
dating this guy, and he's like, you know what, I'm gay. How do you feel being attracted? Someone supposedly said they're attracted to you,
Okay.
want you,
I got some.
and then
I got
they're like, but I'm gay.
Here's
You know what? That screws up your head, because now my friend, he's like, I don't want to deal with no women. I'm good. I got my children. I don't want her to see our children.
This is the thing. No. I'm listening and I hear you, Mo, because I've heard this from numerous people.
But you never lived it.
How you know that?
That's what I'm asking.
No.
Give me a personal, because
I've
I'm giving you a
lived it.
personal. Give it to me.
I've lived it.
There's a lot of women out
I've
there.
lived it. I'm gonna tell you how I know. What happens is to heal from it. It's damaging. It is damaging.
Okay, I wanted to hear that. It is
It's damaging.
It is
I will
damaging to
agree
your
with
mind, body, and soul. Is it not?
It is.
Okay,
However,
thank you.
however, the
Thank
way
you.
what I'm
Thank you.
going to is the healing process. When you have to heal, you have to forgive. And the first part of forgiving somebody is trying to understand and not just shutting it off. It's easy to shut somebody off and build that wall and leave those emotional scars there and then just, hide them and push them down. But if you really want to heal from that, you have to face it head on. And that's what a lot of people don't do. Because when you face it head on, you realize that you were not the issue. It was them.
Right. It's not
And
me, it's you, that kind of thing.
It was them that was the issue. So if you're in a position where somebody comes out, you're dating somebody, you're married to somebody, and they come out and they tell you, oh, I'm gay. Okay, it's not anything that you did. you have to understand the fact that number one, like Sunshine said, they're trying to fit into a cultural norm.
But it was something you didn't recognize or something.
Like I said, a lot of them know this.
They
Again,
know.
they're
So
just
they
trying
know
to.
this and they marry you anyway.
But
But Mo,
they're hiding it, Mo.
Mo,
Do you not understand what fear does?
Hide it from someone else.
I mean,
But
can
Mo,
you?
Don't
it-
hide it from me.
let,
You
let
see
me
what I'm saying?
let me say this real quick.
Because
Mo.
you're the life coach. Coach me through this in part of my life.
I have a day job. Okay, I have a nice job. Okay, but look at
yeah.
look at it like this, Mo.
Because that's why a lot of people dislike them because they've been in situations like that and the hate is so visceral.
But they,
So don't think it's something they wake up and say, "Ooh, I hate
but you know what, Mo? Let me say this.
Personal
Let me say this, Mo, because I honestly have to say that I really do agree with you. I agree with you. But
Wait a
this is
minute, hold up. You agree with me?
yeah, I do. Because and I agree with Reggie as well, because you know stuff like that is damaging and it does hurt. But this is how I look at it as well. See, now imagine a world that did not judge you at all based on your sexuality and your color.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many gay folk will be out at this point in time?
Mm-hmm.
Probably more than half of the world. So
And
if
she
you
ignoring you, not even paying attention.
and so if you think about it, that if the prejudice is that society has established, let's not even really talk about the law per se, but let's even talk about in religious affiliations, because we are all spirits, whatever the case it is, body, mind, and soul, and so people confuse spirituality with religion, and so what religion has done and has created and has taught us is that everything that is happening now at this time from the Bible at this moment, is way it's supposed to be. And so we raise our children, we say, okay, no, you're not supposed to like boys. No, you're not supposed to like girls. You're supposed to get married and have children, and live happy ever after. But
Go to Hilton
now,
Head,
wait a minute. But check this out. But then, now watch this. But then, the same child that you told to do all this stuff becomes a pastor and gets caught with somebody. Now, all the stuff that you taught them got everything from them taken. Why? Because it's drummed into us, just like racism. Control is drummed into us to believe that this is the way it is supposed to be, because this is the way that I was taught, and this is the way that you're going to be, negating the fact that being gay has been around since the beginning of time.
Biblical, yeah.
And so that's what I'm saying. So people act like that it's just the person or whatever that's being hurt. First of all, I don't care what you say. If you are any reasonable person, I'm also talking to women especially. Women have women's intuition. You know when somebody is your good Judy and somebody is your dude.
What's a good Judy?
You know when somebody is your good homeboy, homegirl, or your gossip buddy, or whatever the case is. You know that person is your good homeboy, or whatever the case it is, versus a person that you gonna love. Women have to stop acting like they not falling for these gay guys. They falling for the gay guys because not only they because of the fact that they don't feel like, I don't think that they really deserve a particular man, but because if a woman gets with a man that's gay and that's hiding, he's gonna do every fucking thing to make sure nobody can find him out whatsoever. We're going to have kids. We're going to do all this kind of stuff. If I'm going to mess with you, we're going to go to the hotel room. We're going to do whatever we need to do. My wife ain't going to have no clue. That's what we're going to do. And so what happens is, let's take the church out of it. Let's talk about schools. You are on college campus. You are a Kappa. You are a Delta. And you around your classmates, and they frown upon gay people that walk together at school, but they catch you kissing somebody of the same sex from the same people that you dogged and talked about. Now here they go, got to deal with the pressures of suicide, depression, all kind of stuff.
Hold up, Q. I'm gonna pause you right there. I'm gonna pause you
I'm just
because
saying.
here's the funny part about being in any frat or sorority. Every frat and every sorority has, in every chapter,
Got somebody gay.
got somebody
Absolutely.
And they know they get.
And in the chapter, you know they gay.
Yeah.
It can even be a discussion that you have amongst
Your
yourselves,
brothers, yeah.
the brothers and the
Yeah.
sisters, and it's cool. And this is the funny part about it, that when you're out and about, the only thing everybody asks is, okay, are you comfortable out, or are you not? Because I
Right.
know when I was going through that, and people were coming out, and it was just like, I kind of knew you was gay already. You didn't really have to tell me. I knew. So to me, it was like providing that zone of protection for them,
Right.
and
right.
giving them somewhere where they can totally be themselves. And this is what happens when you have the gay people that marry somebody and then they're not necessarily in love with them. They're doing it for societal purposes and to
Mhm.
hide it. And this is where, again, they
It's
have
not right.
It's not right.
It's
Yeah,
not
I'm not
right.
excusing
Not
it
at
at
all.
all.
It's
However,
wrong as
when
hell.
you're a person that's been in that situation and have been hurt, what you have to really understand is, if I'm this hurt now, imagine what they've gone through.
No, we're not gonna look.
And
No,
this is where
that's
It-
where
it-
healing
it-
starts.
It seems like, I mean, that makes sense. It makes great sense. But emotionally speaking,
It's hard as hell to do.
I don't know, and I'm trying to tell y'all, that's where a lot of the hate comes from.
No,
because
agree.
they
Okay, but
have
and
been
that's
agree.
where look
We-
again.
y'all agree.
Because I say straight people do this same shit because because society says you got to get married, you got to have a family, you got to do this
But I
and do
can
that.
compare
So
myself
then
to
I'm
another
sitting there-
woman. I can't compare myself to a penis. I don't
No.
have one.
No, it's apples
And that's
to oranges.
again,
But
that's what
again,
has
but
nothing to
again,
do with
okay,
you.
so this person married, committed over here, but then starts to build a whole life and a whole family over here.
Mhm.
And now you got people that got two different families because again, society says to do this, but that's not exactly what they wanted.
And then too, I don't think that at any point, for example, if something like that happened to a woman, or if, let's say it happened to you, and you find out that your dude messing with another dude, as a person, number one, with you, of course, you're not gonna ever
Look,
let
me,
nobody.
I can't compete with
I would
another
say
man,
you're
so
not
you know
gonna
what?
ever, you're not
I'm
gonna
good.
ever be in a place where you're gonna let nobody take you down, no way. So you shouldn't look at the fact that to try to compare yourself to something that you don't understand. Because what you have to do is get to a place where you make sure your self-identification is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because if not, what's going to happen is you're going to sink into hating something and
Yes.
somebody
Yes.
for what they did. And of course, like I said, it's not that you're not justified in the behavior.
Right.
But it's at the same time, we have to understand that, we may do something and want somebody to forgive us too. But take your time with it though.
But that's why I'm
They'll
saying
take your
sometimes
time
what
with it.
happens is that the hate is not born. The hate is learned because of situations like that.
Yeah.
So now that boy got three daughters who now hates homosexuality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go to break real quick. Is it
I got
time?
it. Yeah, it's
You got
about
it?
time.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
so we're
roll.
gonna go to break and oh yeah, Shaba Ranks, Mr. Loverman.
Mr.
Boy, you went
Loverman.
back
Shaba.
with that.
Oh, yeah.
Shaba. And the London Young Thug.
That's my
Young
song.
Thugger.
We'll be right back.
Don't make me over.
Hey, my
Hell
big
no,
sis,
Mom.
how you
Don't do
doing?
that shit.
Hey,
No.
sis, what's going on?
So explain to me, you say, because I do believe strongly and wholeheartedly that hate is a learned behavior.
Yeah.
But we're talking about sexuality
Hey,
being
y'all.
learned or genetic.
Make sure you share this
It's being
podcast, y'all.
learned
Y'all
because
share this
How
for
is
us.
sexuality being learned? Because
And
nobody
make
told me
sure-
I was
No, the
heterosexual.
hate
Make
is
sure
being
that
learned.
you.
Oh,
The
no,
hate.
no,
Hold
no.
on.
Okay, y'all talking about two
But-
different things.
and-
She's talking about what Sunshine is talking about is homosexuality.
Hey y'all, what's up?
learned
Make sure
or-
that you share this video.
Is it
Make
nurture
sure
or
that you like
Right.
us,
Yeah.
all this kind of
So,
stuff.
you-
I love you
and you
too,
were talking
sis.
about
Okay, let's talk
the
today.
hate for it.
Hey,
The hate
you know
for it is
what?
learned,
Yeah.
But the actual act
I
of
need
being
to talk to
homosexual,
you. I need to
me,
talk to
that's-
you,
that ain't
Abara.
nothing.
Well, it's not
I need to
hate,
talk
it's
to you.
nature. I know
I'm gonna
hate.
inbox you my phone
Two-
number.
two
Let's try to
different
talk
things.
today
Listen,
sometime.
listen
Okay?
to this.
I got something for you. I
One
think you're
family
gonna
here,
really like.
one girl,
Um,
three boys, all gay.
Y'all, thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure y'all share the video. Like I
All
said,
the
it's
kids
off the
are
cuff
gay.
part 4. We just acting a
All
fool
four of them.
today, and we are having some cool
Georgia.
discussions and cool conversations. So comment and let us know how you
4
feel,
sons,
or give us a
one
call
daughter.
214-717-4827. See y'all in a minute. Peace.
Okay,
Now, see,
Monique,
to
this
me-
is an anomaly. Mm-mm.
No, and that's the other thing, because I was saying, I think heterosexuality is a dominant gene. Homosexuality is a recessive gene, which is why you don't see it as predominantly. But the fact that you say that their whole family, the whole children, all of the children that were born in that family were gay, tells me a lot like Tay-Sachs disease.
No.
Hold
Don't
on.
disease.
No.
10% of population.
Jewish population, but both parents have to carry the gene. I don't know how many of the population, but no, Jewish. Most Jewish genes carry it.
I'm just trying to be honest. I got a cousin. That nigga been gay his whole life, but
No, because
He won't-
it's hereditary.
he won't like.
It's not something you just
he's
become
never
like, I'm gonna
walked
become
around,
gay
like,
tomorrow.
he's never,
Tomorrow,
like,
stay
admitted
tuned, I'm gonna be
come out
lesbian.
about it.
That's his prerogative. You don't out him though.
No, we ain't gonna out him.
But I know
we
my-
know he gay.
But
like,
see, here's the funny part. My cousin, we've known he was gay since he was like in middle school. And like, you know, I'm his older cousin. They want to roll because, you know, doing all it. Cool. He finally came out and said, I'm gay. I'm like, nigga, I know you was gay forever. What you tell? You ain't telling me nothing.
We had a friend like that who brought everybody together. We were all eat. He's like, I just want to let y'all know. We like, what? You know, we thought he had cancer. He only had 2 years,
Right.
2 months to live. And then I'm gay. I thought, you can pass the cancer.
Yeah, we know.
I thought, you know, I said, are you paying for this? 'Cause
It's
we're
like
both of those.
my
Okay.
conversation with my
Hey.
son is, you know, I knew you were gay before you knew what gay was.
Right.
And it wasn't because he walked around in my heels or dressed up in my shoes or wore my makeup, because the motherfucker never did any of that. He played football, he played with Matchbox cars, he played, you know, just normal boy stuff. But there was just subtle things that you go, that's different.
And see, that's it.
That's different.
We don't have to worry about who's gay and who's not. We just have to worry about acceptance.
Right.
Right.
And the reason for not accepting, and I want to let y'all know, one reason for not accepting is because you feel intimidated and you're like, you're bringing somebody home that's not like me, that's not right, that's not fair. That's all. It's got a lot to do with your ego.
Right.
A lot of it with
and
ego.
see, that's the thing. When you overcome that, because I'm gonna tell you right now, it hurt like hell.
Look at this. This is what I wanted out of life. Wife, mother, president. I wanted 4 sons 4 years apart. Had any one of them 4 sons brought home a white girl, I'd have been crushed. Cause no,
So you would have been pissed off.
no, I would have.
That crush, that hurt would have turned into anger.
And I would have ridden them hoes off.
Oh,
But
wow.
you can't
And would you like to know
do that.
why? Because at first glance, nothing about me says white woman. So what you're doing is,
We do not own the rights to
whatever
the
I
music
did
that you guys
to
hear.
you to raise you, something was wrong. Something that
And you
But see,
I-
that's
at
where
first
you gotta let that
At first
person.
glance,
Okay, at first glance, okay.
I'm like, you're bringing this woman home. She looks nothing like me. What is so wrong with me that you did a turn? Then you get to know them, and you found out they're crazy as you,
That's
and you be okay. But at first glance, you gotta own up to it, baby. You gotta own
No,
up
you're
to
right.
it.
I guess
Initially,
you have to own up to
I
it.
can see how the initial shot could
Yeah.
hit somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, I can give you
You know,
that.
I didn't start the phrase "Don't bring her home if she can't use .com." I ain't the one who said that. You know, but I'm trying to tell you where it comes from and how hurtful it is.
Okay,
Because
I'm
y'all-
following
you.
because
I
follow you.
you'll see light skin, long hair, straight hair is beauty. I ain't got light skin, long hair, straight hair, nothing. So you're bringing home that you want to marry, and you're this opposite of me. Do you get it?
Yeah.
You understand?
But here's the funny part about I think as parents, you have to understand the type of people your kids are. Because stand by, we coming back. So my parents figured out very early that I do not have a physical feature.
You don't have a type.
I don't have like where you can look at them and be like, okay, yeah, that's his type.
See, my type is breathing on your own and not living with your mom. If you breathing and you don't live with your mama, then you what? Dude.
Damn. I thought I heard it all.
I dated this guy in New Mexico, and he was a federal firefighter. Here come my brother. Ain't no such thing as a damn federal
Slow
firefighter.
lane.
He's like, he's
I
just a
ain't never heard that
firefighter.
before.
And I was like, well, he's a federal firefighter. And here go my brother. Where's mama live? Louisiana, and he live in New Mexico. I was like, it's a go, it's a go, it's a go.
Q, put your headset on.
Packed all my boxes and stuff. It's a go, let's go. We're going to New Mexico, get married.
Y'all crazy. You see what we have to deal with Facebook? Y'all get to see these, especially this one right here. This one right here,
I got a headache.
it's called Mo Swag.
Wow.
Welcome back, y'all. That was Mr. Loverman Shaba. And the London with Young Thug. I didn't know the name of that song. I like that song.
I like that song too.
Yeah. Po' Boy mix. So now, since Moden got her late ass,
You know what? What is it about me? Y'all know the first segment. I'm not gonna be here.
It's the Mo Show, y'all.
It's not. Y'all
We've
know
been doing
I work
this for
at
2
night.
years.
I work at night.
So does Q.
No, he works overnight.
I work overnight. Yeah.
See, so when
Look,
he
we
comes
work
here,
all the
when he
shifts.
comes here, he's coming from work. That's why you get at 7 o'clock. There are no spaces in front. Well, hell, at 7 o'clock in the morning ain't supposed to
Oh
be.
my God, you kidding me?
That's why he here sleeping in the car until we start the show.
Joe do be out of there.
See, but if he had to go home, and
Right.
come back,
We wouldn't see him
Yeah.
because he would not make it back
Okay.
out of the bed.
he would be
Not make it back.
Okay.
There ain't no joke either.
So-
But, and this is the point you just proved.
Yes, I did.
He's here on time.
Yeah, he's here before time. Bless his heart.
So what's your excuse?
Do you need to sleep in your car?
We have discussed this. I got 3 jobs, and I'm late to all 3. It's not like I like one more than the other.
Listen, if you want to join the conversation, 214-717-4827. Again, thank you so much, guys, for watching and all this good stuff. Periscope, YouTube, Facebook, all of y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Again, make sure you share this broadcast. So now we up to Mo Swag segment.
Okay, so this is called Off the Cuff, so we get to bring in things that we just were interested in. Did y'all hear about Aretha Franklin?
That
No.
she had, was it millions of dollars worth of checks? that
$1
she
million
didn't cash?
uncashed checks.
What the hell?
That's called, that's
Can I get one of those checks?
That's a baller shot
Can
right
I
there, baby.
can I get a check or two?
Well, how old are the checks?
There's
Did
a
they say how
Rose
old
in
the
Spanish
checks?
Harlem. One was from 2018,
Okay.
and she just died, and then another was 2016. But it's a lot of different checks. But you know that estate, they said, okay, these checks are not being cashed. Let's go ahead and put this in the bank.
But checks only good after 90.
Obviously,
after 90
yeah.
days,
Right.
they're not good.
So they had to redo them.
Mm.
They contacted them
Mm.
because they owed her the money.
Well, yeah, I guess it could go to the
How
estate.
look, I wish I had that kind of life.
That
where I
means
was
you
like,
just threw away $1 million.
She is
I
on
don't
the
have
way.
to check this right
She
now.
put it on her bed is what she
Well,
did.
what she wanted to do too is wait because she didn't want to get taxed.
Mm.
If she did really well on one particular year with her money, with her royalties and all that stuff,
Gotcha.
yeah, you wouldn't get taxed. So just
So you saying
Just
Aretha
hold
Franklin was
it
a,
off to the next year.
so you saying Aretha Franklin was allegedly trying to get her tax break from the grave
well, you know what?
on the estate?
Let me tell you what she said. She said, "I'm gonna die, but I ain't gonna die a broke hoe." That's why she always wanted her money in cash before she would get on stage.
Mhm.
And she had a cash counter, which I wouldn't know how they look, but she had a cash counter, put their money in there and made it. Just like Ray
You don't
Charles.
need a cash counter.
Yes, she did.
No,
She
you
did
don't.
too.
$500,000 in 20 is 20 pounds.
She said she couldn't.
No, okay.
She said
Yeah. Well,
she
I
got
mean,
$300,000-$400,000.
I'm
She
just
got
telling you.
$300,000-$400,000.
I'm just telling you. If you got $500,000 in 20s, it
Mhm.
weighs about 50 pounds
Okay.
in a duffel
She ain't gonna
bag.
weigh it.
So
Why? So they can
you-
put rocks in there? Everything. You know she used to run around with a knife. Anyway.
Damn.
My
I'm
grandma.
sorry, I shouldn't know stuff like
Damn,
that. either.
damn.
All right, so okay,
Damn.
and then here's news from your president.
Oh God.
Okay, so he said, your president, Henry Ford would be disappointed at automakers in developing cars with lower emissions. Fool! Henry Ford and them used to crank a car. They didn't have no
They didn't
damn
give up.
emissions.
Oh,
They-
my
Right?
God.
Actually,
Look, I'm disappointed in automakers together just for making shit ass cars.
Oh my.
You have to be honest though. American cars are unfortunately some of the worst running cars. Oh, absolutely they are. American trucks are very good and very reliable. Their automobiles, we kind of
That
suck.
F-150 is on it. Bang.
but that's what he said, the trucks.
The
But
trucks,
But the
yes.
cars,
But the
Cars,
GTS is good.
yeah.
no.
Unfortunately.
I'm
No.
2009.
No,
I
I'm trying
would
to tell
not,
you.
no.
American cars,
No,
We-
I
we-
would
we
not drive a
slacking.
Cadillac. I
We
like the
slacking.
way Cadillacs look.
I like
I
that.
do.
Ooh, ooh.
But to own a Cadillac, nah, I pass.
I like the way a lot of cars look. Howsomever, I just think that they are so cookie cutter these days And I literally was just thinking about this on my way in. I'm driving in, I'm seeing all these cars, and I'm like, but you know what? You can't touch the classics. The classics.
Shit, the
They-
classics? What?
Yeah.
What
It's
are we
still
gonna
vroom,
do
vroom,
when we get to
vroom,
an
vroom.
age where the classics are so classic that they're hard to find? I mean, you know, now we see them on the road. Most of the time we see them at shows, but you see them on the road and you just be like, wow.
Let me tell you.
67 Mustang.
Let me tell you, one thing that I really do believe that's affecting the automotive industry is the trade wars. We're having so many issues getting the correct ingredients to build our own stuff right here in this country.
That's
You
because
know,
the companies don't want to pay people. They work.
that's what I'm saying. And a lot of our manufacturers are outsourced.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and so we can't get a reliable, I'm not gonna lie, one of my favorite kind of cars is Chevrolets. I don't know why. I've had a Malibu, I've had an Impala, I've had a Cruise.
Did you have that
You know,
96 Impala?
Man, that's the.
I forgot what model Impala I had.
He's still my heart.
I think it was a 2001 or something like that.
No.
But it wasn't a 96.
The 96 Impala was the last time an Impala was an Impala.
Every man who
And-
drove a 96 Impala, I was like, hey,
And
my
it
name
wasn't.
is-
But let me tell you, what I saw the other day, I saw a sweet '84 Impala. That sucker was so clean.
The box Chevy?
Yes,
The box? Yeah.
it was so clean. But anyway, you know, so my thing is that, you know, when I see a Bunnyville on the road, a
And
Bunnyville.
that's your 225.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Water?
You see what I'm saying? You know, I see a Bunnyville
float.
and they float. I'm like, well, if I see a old school Buick Riviera,
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, you know, they just be floating and
You
just
know
be
what?
coasting.
I'm doing the same.
Look,
I'm
when you
doing
close
the
the
same.
I'm
car,
the same, but
when you
yeah.
close a car door and you really have to close it because it's solid.
And
Right.
when you get in the car, you know that the car's so good when the door closes, stop your ears up. You ain't gonna hear nothing on the outside.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
But you know what?
We don't build good cars anymore.
And you know what? My grandmother had a 77 Ford Thunderbird.
Ooh.
It was black on black. What?
Them Thunderbirds was the seasoning,
Yes.
though.
And then my grandfather, he
Yeah.
had passed, but he had a Ford F100. I remember it was green and white, man. I was like, and he kept it clean too. He
Mhm.
always
Because
parked
they
it
had
under.
the stripes on the side.
Yeah.
Right?
He kept it under the shade tree,
Yeah.
and and the bad part, my grandfather on my mom's side passed when I was like 4 or 5 years old. But I remember his truck, and that truck was always clean,
Mm-hmm.
always clean.
All right, going back to another bad truck. Dallas Police Chief Renee Hall to return to duty after extended leave of absence. Welcome back, Chief Renee Hall. We appreciate you here in
She
Dallas.
needed a mental break.
She had
needed mental
a,
break.
she's been out for 30 days, and
Mhm.
it was due to some kind of medical condition. Now,
Mhm.
you have 3 different types of police unions. You got the
Okay.
white one, you got the black one, and you do.
Go ahead, Mom.
FOP, Fraternal Order of Police,
Okay.
and then you have the third one that's just regular. So they don't like her, the white ones. And the black one's been on the news supporting her, but the white ones are like, she doesn't do this right, she doesn't do that right. Crime has increased. No, crime increased before she got here.
Mm-hmm.
That's why people were leaving, because y'all weren't paying anything before she got here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why your girl went in the wrong apartment shooting up folk, because she had worked a 20-hour day, and you only got 24 hours in a day.
Is the jury still deliberating on if they're going to move her trial out of Dallas County?
Right.
They're still
Yeah.
in deliberations. I don't understand what the hell the deliberation is for. You shot the man.
All you got to do is move that hoe to East Texas, and she will be free. Free at last.
That's what I'm
free
talking
at
about.
last.
That's what I'm talking about,
Free
Mom.
at last.
You know they moved it some
Well,
into
Move it to El Paso. Well, no, they done shut up. Well,
no.
move
They
to the
need
Panhandle. Up
They
there.
gonna fool around and move it somewhere down there in Chainsville, Crackerville, Texas.
No,
some
move
down
it to
where-
Lubbock. Move it to Lubbock.
somewhere
They like-
down there.
Well, you know
Yeah,
what?
you
Nah,
know.
they're gonna move it to Vidor.
Woo!
Oh, well, she damn sure gonna get off.
Well, you
Damn,
know
boy.
what? They probably couldn't move it about it because they got some of them folk who got felonies. They can't get in the housing. So they could. They mad because anyway. So anyway, yeah, Chief Renee Hall, welcome back. We appreciate all you do.
Welcome back, Chief Renee Hall.
And I'm 100% with you. People talk about her eyelashes. They were like, they're like, her eyelashes I said, y'all are looking at her eyelashes, right? Y'all ain't looking at nothing else. Y'all ain't looking at her body of work, all she's accomplished, but y'all looking at her eyelashes. But that's those colored people and those trailer park trees.
But Mo, can I say this though?
Trashy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The last two police chiefs that the city of Dallas has had. Well, of course, we had the black one before the white one.
Brown.
We had the black one. I don't know his name right off, but we had the black one. Of course, his son committed suicide. Okay, so we know he had
His
that
son
treasure.
committed suicide?
Yes, he did. His son committed suicide.
No, I thought his son was in a shootout and they had to kill him.
No, Mo, that man's son, what, he shot himself? Well, he committed suicide. Let's just do it like that. He committed suicide. And then you have the last police chief, of course, who just probably like wearing the stars on his shoulder. So now you have Chief Renee, who's here. But the thing that I would like to see from her, she's only one person though, but the only thing that I would like to see from her is to show up in these, and not just the communities that crime is high. Because come on, y'all, we know how many cars go up to the car wash on South Dallas, in South Dallas and Martin Luther King. This is well, I know, but I'm just saying. But before all of that, all this stuff was going on. So I think that it would be good for her if she starts making herself more present in some of these communities. Not just, going to take a look, but just saying, hey, look, have a gathering, have a meeting in these communities, these smaller communities, like Joppy, for example. Places like that, that we have the Dallas Police Department to go in to help. And I just think that that's, something that we can definitely do. Mo, what's your next?
That's his other son.
What's your next topic?
So he had the previous police chief. He had another son that just got killed.
Oh,
so
wow.
he lost two of his sons.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Two of them, you say?
2010.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. 2000.
Dallas police chief's son killed Lancaster officer.
Yeah.
Lancaster.
The son of Dallas Police Chief David Brown killed a Lancaster police officer and another man during a Sunday melee that left 3 people dead, according to the law enforcement official. David Brown Jr., 27, was himself shot and killed by officers, according
Right.
to the
So he said
suicide.
Suicide by cop.
When you shoot a cop, you're going down.
Yeah.
Period.
Here's the thing that everybody needs to understand about somebody coming into a new role with power.
In Dallas, especially.
Yeah.
Well, no, just anywhere in general.
Mm-hmm.
Before you truly understand, it takes you about 6 to 10 months to truly understand the situation you're dealing with.
Okay.
It is not a change that happens overnight. Just like people think, oh, well, we got a new president, stuff gonna change overnight.
Right. No,
you have to do a full assessment and get an understanding of how things work and why they are the way they are.
Okay.
It'd be different if she grew up here in Dallas, but she is not from Dallas.
I was just about to say that. Just because she's from Detroit,
right?
It's totally different here. We're bigger.
Right.
We're more powerful. We have more resources.
So you have to understand how things work in the situation you're in. Anytime you step into a role of leadership, it's going to take about 6 to 10 months to truly get an understanding and then start implementing changes. So you need a time period of about, especially with the police chief, to see where you can actually see figures. You're going to need at least 3 years before you can actually say whether she's doing a good job or not. So we're still in that
learning curve.
Yeah, that learning curve.
Okay.
You have to give people time when they step into a situation.
So I'm good.
And she needs mayoral support.
Right. And
she needs the support of the mayor.
Okay.
But at the same time, she's trying to figure everything out, and then you coming in, and then you think about it. If you were the police chief, and then you start, and within the first 3 months of you starting, you have an officer kill a man with no gun in his own home.
You know what she probably said?
That will take a strain on you.
She was probably at her house when she got that call and said, "These motherfuckers." That's what she probably said.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Probably when she was interviewing, you remember when that man was shooting up the police downtown, and they had to send in the Android bomb. She wasn't. I think she was interviewing at the time.
She was interviewing at the time.
You know, she was a candidate, and then that happened too. And I was just like,
she should have said my name. But Chief Renee Hall, I support you. Eyelashes or not, your hair is always laid, your makeup is always nice, you always look nice and neat. Now, that may not matter to some people, but these are the same people who take 20 or 30 different pictures with them damn filters and post it on social media. Next, shout out to Texas Southern University. I'm wearing your colors. Because y'all are hosting the third
Mo,
Democratic National Committee.
That's not Texas Southern.
That's Burgundy.
No, their colors are
That's
maroon,
pink.
silver, and white.
That is pink, Mo.
This shit is $4. I'm good. So anyway, y'all, really shout out to Texas Southern University's Chief of Police, Mary Young. She was able to bring the third installment of the Democratic National Convention.
No.
What did they do?
No, it's the debate, Mo.
They debate.
Oh yeah,
Shout
that's
out.
right. They are going to Houston, right? Yeah.
They're going to be in Texas Southern on the campus.
Okay.
So we're excited about that because from one police chief to another who happen to be, women of color, excited. She's going to handle that.
So a handful of Hispanics and a handful of other people in two cities. Now we can get a Democratic convention at a black college.
Well, the debate.
Debate at a black college now.
What do you mean?
I have a problem with that.
What are you saying?
I think that it's a great milestone, great God bless you, all this kind of stuff. But my thing is, if you're going to reach the all Americans, I think that you should go where they are. And you should go not just to the premier cities or your major cities, but you need to go into these places who don't see anybody. These places where people feel like nobody cares, like Highland Hills. I have a problem with the mayor and how the roads look in Highland Hills and how, things and plants and stuff, the vegetation, the parks, that stuff matters. So I would like to see them have more political rallies in these places where people are forgotten about. When you start doing that, then maybe I'll look at you different. But right now, you're still a politician, even though some of them got some great, wonderful things. And I'm happy for Texas Southern because they're going to have a whole lot of police over there in Third Ward. The people ain't going to be able to get no chicken because it's going to be blocked off.
It's going to be blocked off and shut
all
down.
this kind of stuff. So I'm happy for that. I think that that's great. But however, I don't think that it should take a huge tragedy in this country to finally try to show some semblance of diversity when now has been 20 years ago. And so that's why I have an issue with that.
Here's the other thing. If you were going to hold, to me, if you were going to pick, if it was going to be a black college that you held a convention at, I would have said like Morehouse or Spelman.
No. You know why?
Why?
Because they're so-called the premier schools.
Like,
So you want to bring them to Texas Southern. You want to bring them to a land grant. You know what I'm saying?
okay. Well,
Yeah.
well, if that's the case, why not hold it at PV?
Paul
Far out,
Quinn.
far out.
Paul
Quinn.
Quinn College.
So what we got is the fourth largest city in America.
We do.
And we got Texas Southern, and she's told them, I can handle this. No other police chief at any other historically black college said they could handle it. Howard didn't say, A&T talking about, no, we don't want you here. But she was like, I can handle this. We can handle this. Watch me handle this fine. I'm excited.
Oh, yeah, they're gonna handle it, though. They're gonna handle it.
But you know,
Oh,
yeah. the OGs in Houston gonna shut it down. So
Obviously, they're gonna handle
they're
it
gonna
now.
make sure ain't nothing.
As
jump
long
out.
as they don't mess with Rawson's liquor store, which is right next to
Now
South
hold
Florida.
up, I gotta go back to the chicken.
Yeah, French is
Oh,
gonna
you
be
can't
shut
get no
down.
chicken. You
Yeah,
can't get no
yeah,
chicken.
no.
No.
Have you
Let's
had-
talk about this chicken sandwich that everybody.
I forgot about that.
Do we have to get
No,
all
because
the
that's not on my list. Y'all said I can talk about it. I ain't talking about no.
Listen.
Look,
Colored
first
people
of all-
getting excited on some
first
damn
of all-
chicken, and they can't be colored because.
I haven't had neither one.
Me? I mean, I have had Chick-fil-A. I
Look.
never had Popeyes.
Look, my gay son, he eats Chick-fil-A. Me, I'm like, no, you
He ain't
can't
supposed to be eating Chick-fil-A. He's
Exactly. See, look. I'd be like, well, you don't be eating Chick-fil-A. They don't support
I mean, but
LGBTQRSC.
but my thing is, black people still buy Gucci.
Yeah, I don't know why the hell y'all do that, but you know
Right.
what?
Black folks still buy Gucci.
Yeah,
and
Keep
So
calling
They
what,
still wear
what
Tommy.
is
keep calling y'all
this
niggas,
about
and I'll be
either
like,
one
that's
of
so
them?
messy.
Because the only chicken sandwich I've ever had was Wendy's, and I'm like, hold the mayo every single time.
Well, I've never had a Popeyes chicken sandwich. What I have had is a crunch wrap, which is very, very good. I've had Chick-fil-A many times with cheese, extra pickles. So I know how I like my Chick-fil-A sandwich. Now let me say this: you go to Chick-fil-A. I'm all about customer service. Sometimes you get the Popeyes, you're gonna get that tramp in the drive-thru that's gonna have attitude.
Sometimes.
Long nails and her weave ain't on her head right.
And then when you get your chicken in the damn box, it's cold. And so then you have to turn around, go back up to the Popeyes and say, ma'am, my chicken is cold. Can I get some new fresh chicken? You know, Chick-fil-A, they're gonna put your sandwich in an aluminum/paper bag. It's gonna be hot for 30 more minutes.
My girlfriend. Okay, so am I the only one? You see those long lines of Chick-fil-A, then you get out your car, you going, ain't nobody in Chick-fil-A waiting.
Mhm.
You know, so that's why I go inside. I love Chick-fil-A. They say it's my pleasure, and I be like, yes, it is. Thank you. Have a nice day. I'm so happy when I leave.
Here's the problem. I cannot eat Popeye's chicken in Texas.
I didn't know there was.
Now the one in New Orleans is really good.
Oh.
Yeah, there's
You got to go around the corner for that
Popeyes,
one.
because I remember growing up, you couldn't get Popeyes in Texas. They didn't have any. So we had to wait till we got to Monroe, which is the closest one. That was the closest Popeyes.
Okay.
I think they built one in Shreveport, but it was too far off of 20 to get to it.
Can we be honest? All food in Louisiana is good. It's good.
Yes, Lord.
I've never had bad food in
I mean,
Louisiana.
never,
it's
ever
not
had that
Popeye.
food.
Yeah, that
Never.
McDonald's probably
Well,
got
I'm just
good
saying,
food.
what I'm just
Can we make a
Never,
drive
ever.
after
Look,
the show?
all I'm saying is,
All
I'm saying is when they opened Popeyes in Texas, especially in Dallas, I was disappointed. My heart was hurt when I went to Popeyes, and it was like, no, this don't taste the same.
No.
Well, at least
It don't.
Williams Chicken don't have no damn chicken when you go there.
You know what? Williams Chicken, hey, Williams Chicken.
You got to go to the right one.
gotta
No, you got to go to the right
It
one.
says Williams Chicken. It's just like when I went to Krispy Kreme. Everybody talks about, ooh, black businesses are this and black businesses are that. I went to Krispy Kreme, and they said, we are out of donuts. I said, I may have said, bitch, ain't this a donut shop? I may have said that. I don't
You
know.
said it.
But my
said-
thing is, look,
you
people,
said-
it's a donut shop.
Why are you
But-
open?
But here's the
McDonald's and ice cream.
yeah, I don't get it. But
The ice
to
cream
me,
machine is broken.
here, if you gonna get chicken in Dallas, I'm sorry, Popeyes can't compete. I'm either going to Hall's, I'm going to Williams.
Don't go to
Yeah.
Henderson's. Do you know Henderson's?
Well,
They put
Henderson-
your own season on.
Henderson's is not good here. Oh no, I'm thinking about Henderson's is not good here. If
You
you
don't
go
think
to
so? I like the Henderson's
well,
right there off of
it's
75.
alright,
Raw.
but it's
Yeah,
better.
you plug.
It's actually better in
Oh,
Chicago.
I'm sorry.
Henderson's in Chicago.
Okay,
is
first of
off
all, there's no
freaking
food in
chain.
Chicago that's not good.
Oh.
I even ate food.
Can I get a
at Krispy.
Portillo sandwich, please?
Oh my God.
Y'all, now we're hungry. I'm
You're hungry. Okay.
Yeah, I do want something to
So
eat.
what else we talking about? We got about 5 more minutes before we go on our next break.
So
we
what
talking
you
about?
got? What else
What
you got,
Mom?
Okay, so then I was going to discuss, since we did I say shout out to Mary Young, Prairie View A&M University,
Maybe been giving,
Texas Southern.
Mo been giving plugs.
I love that. They're my girls. I love folk who you can call, tell about, can I get some tickets to the debate? And they be like, girl, there ain't nothing there. Okay, come on. All right, thank you. That's what I like. I'm sorry. Who else we gonna discuss? I digress.
I got something we can talk about.
What's up?
Why? You ain't even here, remember?
That's right, I did say that. I mean, but you acting like you taking so long to find your next topic. But I got a good one for you.
Come on.
Bring it on.
You ready? Lonnie Love, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Lonnie Love. Lonnie
Look, I
Love.
thought you were going to come for something.
Oh, well, you know, I got a next one more.
Did Monique ever
Leave
get her money
her
yet?
and her white boyfriend alone.
I absolutely want to talk about it. So Lonnie
That's
Love.
disrespectful to Miss Sunshine. You can't do
So
that.
Lonnie Love saying, ladies and
Did you
gentlemen,
realize
that
that's disrespectful?
what happens is that she's feeling like everybody is coming down on her because she has a white boyfriend. So
Nobody give a shit.
and that's kind of
At
what
all.
I kind of said
Nobody don't
too.
care.
And so I don't know, why Lonnie back in the news in regards to her white boyfriend. We just want to say, Lonnie Love, that we love you and we'd rather you be with your white boyfriend so you can free up somebody else's black man. So we just want to say that, and I want to say
Q
that.
wants to say that.
Yeah, Q wants to say
Q
that.
wants to say
Because
that.
as a black woman,
Let me tell you why I say that.
you
Because when I
believe-
read the article,
Mhm. From who? What
Lonnie,
magazine? What magazine?
I don't know. I sent it to y'all. I read the article, and they have in her words and quotations, she talked about the fact that people give her flack for dating a white guy, but the 4 black guys that she dated before couldn't give her what she needed, and the white guy was one of the 2 that she decided to pick. Now, fine, I first of all, I think that women pay more attention to dating outside of the race than men do. When I grew up with sisters and I grew up with a mother, and yes, I have heard, don't you bring her home if she can't use my comb. You know, I've heard that over and over again during my life. My grandmother did not like my Hispanic friends. You know, I mean, they were like, Granny, they're not, you know, white grandma, they Hispanic. Well, they the same thing. You know, so the thing is that what I'm saying is that, you know, I would rather everybody just date who you want to date and just go on about your business and don't put light on a situation that you feel like you got to defend. If you are with a white man, stay with the white man, and thank God that the sorry for black men that you was dating missed out on their opportunity to be with you.
I just need her to get a better wig.
Me too.
For wig.
That wig, let me tell you, that wig look like this in the front. Let me show you how just how it look. It look just like this in the front. Look at that wig.
Why she need to get a better wig? Why she need to get a better
That wig looks just like that.
Look, women,
She
ladies,
got different kinds.
ladies,
That wig looks just like this. I ain't lying.
ladies, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this one time and one
Take
time
us to
only.
break, man, when you get to it.
If a man can tell you got on a wig, it's a problem.
It's horrible.
So explain this to me. Y'all upset with her wig.
Mm-hmm.
But
Because I don't care about who she dating. I'm just
But
telling
you
you.
care about a wig, but you don't care about who she dating.
I don't.
Explain to me why, as black men, y'all didn't lift her up like the so-called queen she is, because that's what y'all say.
Because
What's
honestly,
wrong
I
now?
don't know shit about her. I ain't never
Exactly.
met
So
her.
why you talking about a wig?
Because I'm not gonna talk about her relationship because I don't know shit about
So
it.
you talking about a wig?
Yeah.
Instead of her relationship?
Yeah.
Why you talking about either?
Because here's the problem. With your wig, that ain't nothing personal. You can fix that shit.
Absolutely. And even you done said yourself sometimes certain things she need to go ahead and fix. And you say, you know.
I told her though.
That's what I'm saying. You
I be
tell
like,
her.
I don't like that outfit. You need to change it. And then she be like, here she go. Do you want me to send it to you? Yeah, go ahead, send it to me. Go ahead, send it to the PO box. It's supposed to the house.
Your wig.
So he won't know.
Yeah. Anyway,
Let's go to break. Let's just go to break.
we gonna go to break.
Let's
Since
go
Mom
break.
on some other shit.
She on some other
She on some other shit. And we're gonna listen to Heat by Chris Brown
That's
and
my
Gunna
song too.
and So in Love, Jill Scott and Anthony Hamilton.
That is my jam.
We'll be right back.
That's my jam.
You know who I like, but who doesn't have
Yeah, I was saying crank that up. I
Kiki
was saying crank
Wyatt.
that up, yeah.
I love Kiki Wyatt.
So you get your schedule you want it?
We do not own any rights to the music that you guys can hear.
Choose from.
Well, how do you get the weekend?
I usually.
Oh, you got blue in your hair today. Match your outfit, huh?
I
You
usually
got blue in the hand?
Mm-hmm. Right up here in the top. You can't really see it.
You know
I
what?
just noticed it.
I honestly thought that
He's
was
probably
good.
trying to bring up how the Trump administration bad at A$AP Rocky because he ain't saying nothing to him since he got back from Sweden.
Because everybody was making fun of him beforehand. Before he got freed, did you see what we put on our Facebook page? Like he was going to be performing at the Trump
Hey,
rallies and
cuz.
stuff like.
Hey Charles, thank you
Everybody
guys for
knew.
watching.
Everybody. That's why he laying low.
What's up, B? Thanks for
He
watching.
laying low. He got to. Because if he come out and
Andre,
support
what's
Trump,
up,
he going to
bro?
be roasted. You know, who
He
does?
got songs like from like his most recent like releases where he like fuck down Trump president.
Tony TC Cleveland, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
What's going on?
But again, that's what I'm saying. So instead of him eating his words, he just being quiet. Can you throw that toss that for me? Appreciate it.
Yeah, Denithia, we representing the K today. On
Yeah.
accident, actually.
Actually, yeah.
Mo, good topics. Those are some good topics, Monique. You know, I got the message. I got a message about
I just shared our thoughts. We all know this. And then I had the nerve to send links because I thought y'all wanted to read back.
No.
Man, we freestyling. We've been freestyling this whole month. But hey, that's a good way to get back in, though.
Yeah. Oh, we off next week.
Yeah.
Y'all know that, right?
Most still do, right?
So we doing the best of.
We're gonna do Precious.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should play the anniversary show.
And then tag again.
Y'all, I don't know what's going on with your economy.
But do me a favor, crack that door for me. Mo.
It's a little warm.
Ain't no little.
Thank you, Mo.
I don't know what's going on with your economy. but every person in Dallas is coming to my store. We ain't even got no clothes on some of that.
Cause everybody getting rid, they buying up them old summer clothes.
They killing me. They killing me. We got to 11. No. Last night. We closed at 10. She got to 10:30.
I'm come over there too. I'm come over there too. I'm saying, don't put your 10% discount on this damn register before I pull off.
That 20% was it on tax-free weekend. No
I know it
8%,
was.
and then 20%, 28%. Oh my gosh. They were like, you only work here for I said, yeah.
I need to get Christmas gifts for my mom and my sister. They need sheets and towels.
This I did was eating a po' boy on this song. A po' boy and a beer. I want a sausage and shrimp po' boy with some rum lime sauce. Pick up a little bit stiffly, the whole thing. With some asada boudin, asada boudin, some fried tomatoes.
Actually, you can go to Thibodeau's in Duncanville. They make some good boudin bombs. Thibodeau.
And then there's a place called New Orleans, right?
Yeah. They're alright. They're
They have
alright.
good
Thibodeau's is better though. Thibodeau's is better. Cause I had that boudin balls, I'm big into one. And they not little. You get 4 boudin balls the size of that 8 ball, they that big.
For real?
You get 4 of them, like $12.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like, whew. I'm like $12 for 4 boudin balls. I mean, I don't know. Cause I'm thinking they're like this big. I'm like, that's expensive. Yeah, I know they're pretty hefty size. And I saw them, like, oh shit, no, I know. I'm sure. I gotta get over there.
Okay, I got it.
What?
Let me get some sleep first, and then I'll call you. Okay?
I don't know. So, stand by. Yo. That hurt.
Go home.
And what song is this again?
So in Love by Anthony Hamilton and Jill Scott.
So in Love.
I sure want Jill Scott to come back to concert. I'll move heaven and earth for that one.
That sound like some gunshots. What the hell?
Got a phone call? You know, the phone rang any kind of way up here. You know, we be getting buzzing sounds, we be getting and all kinds of stuff.
You need some of this.
All right. Welcome back, everybody.
Yo.
Yes. So we've come to the end of this week's show,
Yo.
and we're gonna end the show as we always do with some positive words of encouragement.
Yes.
So we're gonna start with the ladies first. Mo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mo. Since give us some encouraging words.
So my encouraging word today would be. So anyway, my encouraging word today would be, you've got to love who you are, where you are. You gotta love who you are. Now it's not, and I want other people to understand. You just don't stay there and say, okay, this is as good as it gets. But right now, where you are, love who you are. Love who you are. Other people may not, but you have to look in that mirror and say, damn, I look good. Or even, like me, I lost 3 pounds and got a new girl. You can't tell me nothing.
Damn.
He says you lost 3 pounds and got a new girl.
You gotta get a smaller one.
Well, damn.
You gotta work your way down.
Damn.
So I get excited.
I don't know. I've never
Congratulations,
won a girl,
Mo, on your 3 pounds.
And my new girdle.
And
And your new
girl.
girdle. What you got, Miss Sunshine?
Make your life a masterpiece. Imagine no limitations on what you can be, have, or do.
I like that.
I need
That's
to
good.
utilize that one.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Fuck
I was
all
trying. That's actually where I was going with mine.
What? Fuck all y'all?
Fuck them. Fuck them all. Those are my encouraging words for the week. I'm sorry.
Really?
I don't. Yeah.
Oh my, that's
I don't have anything. Sometimes it's necessary.
Sometimes you just gotta throw the deuces.
Yeah. Tell them, hey, I know what. Just walk away, cause ain't nobody worth going to jail for.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody worth. Just walk away.
Cause ain't nobody gonna put none on your boobs.
Yeah. That's what we was talking about before you got here. We're gonna start a mash the gas bail fund.
Call it just that. Mash the gas, bail fund.
So when you mash the gas on somebody's ass, oh, we got you. We'll get you out.
I'm trying to tell you.
Just don't do nothing too crazy, because, we only going to have like $200-300.
So it is. That's about all. That's about it. Because whatever crime you commit, if it's over $350,
Yeah.
you're going to be waiting.
Yeah, you're going to be waiting for just a little bit.
You're going to be waiting.
All right, Q, it's on you.
All right, everybody. Again, thank you so much for joining the show today. What time is it?
You got 8 minutes.
No, I'm not going to be that long. I promise you. I just want to thank
That's the long, that's the longest running lie every preacher tells.
I'm trying to tell you, it's not gonna be that long. I'm trying to tell you. Thank you to everybody for watching and tuning in to us. Make sure that you tune in to us the first Saturday in September. We will be off on next weekend to take Labor Day because we're tired. And so I want everybody to make sure that you guys follow us, share this broadcast, make sure that you like us and love us and all that good stuff. And listen, if you have any information or any topics that you want to talk about with us, you can definitely contact us at info@mashthegas.com, or you can email us at mashthegas@yahoo.com. Just title it show topic or potential show topic, and we will definitely see what we can do about putting it in the show order, because we always want to hear from y'all. So make sure that you guys do that. Now, for my encouraging words today, what I will say is, what you find a priority let me reverse that. You should always look for things to be a priority, not just important. You should always look for things to be a priority in your life and not just important.
I don't follow you.
Yeah,
Okay.
me neither.
Let
I'm
me
trying
help
to
you.
repeat that in my
Let
head.
me
It just
help
ain't
you.
making sense.
Sometimes we get caught up in life by doing important things versus prioritizing.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, yep.
So sometimes, like for example, I was telling somebody the other day, what would you rather do? Would you rather focus on your health as a priority, or is your health just important to you? If your health is just important, you'll keep rescheduling your doctor's visit. But if it's a priority, you'll find out as soon as you can what's going on with you. So
I hit all my doctor's appointments.
Absolutely.
Man, shut up.
So just make
Look, I be
sure.
rescheduling my shit.
So just make sure that things in our life that deserve the priority, like our family and our children and all this good stuff, things that really build you, make sure those are priorities in your life and not just important.
Okay.
I like that.
All right.
And that's all I got. You got anything from the Savage? Like
Oh,
you did last week?
you know what? Here you go. Here's one.
Oh
Here's
yeah,
one.
give me some Savage quotes.
Be messy and complicated and afraid and show up anyways.
Damn, all you gotta do is ask show up late, and that's my routine.
So we're supposed to be ending on encouraging words, but we're trying to hurt people's feelings.
Sometimes.
In order to hurt people's feelings, they must have them.
That's why I said that, because I know you ain't got no feelings.
Hold up. Y'all know I follow Rubia Garcia, and I know probably a lot of y'all do too. But she posted something here real quick that I thought was so funny. Never in the history of calming down has any woman ever calmed down by being told to calm down. Abort mission.
Abort mission. Literally, abort mission.
Yeah,
Don't
absolutely.
even try it.
You know what? Just try and give him a hug. Don't say calm down. That's the worst thing you can say.
Calm down, darling. Calm down. It get worse. Calm down, baby. Calm
What the
down.
fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck you mean, calm down?
Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Baby, you need to back up off me.
Hey,
Maybe it's
everybody.
just the women in my
Flashback,
life.
sorry,
I
y'all.
don't know.
I think it's just the women in your life. Oh,
And also just make sure, guys, you know that we're not forgetting anything. The After Party Live is going to LA.
Oh yes, yes,
That's
yes.
going to be on November the 9th, 2019. It's going to be at the Savoy Entertainment Center at 218 South, I guess that's La Brea Avenue.
Yeah, La Brea.
All right, Inglewood, Cali.
Inglewood, we swinging.
90301. Of course, our podcast family out there getting it done with Gina. And Gina's watching actually. What's up, Gina? Hey, how you
Hey,
doing?
sweetie.
Gina, can't wait to see you. Our fellow show, Hood Humor, Mindful Soul, Extra Connections is going to be on. Oh My Daily Doses. Diamonds Mix. I actually call Diamonds Mix. Diamonds Mix is actually pretty good. And DJ Britt Love is going to be on the mic. For more information, go to theafterparty.com/the After Party Live, or give them a call at 213-291-0661. And also keeping in mind that the Party Awards are coming.
Yes.
The Party Awards are coming.
and where are they going to be?
I forgot where to fly at.
I don't know. We'll bring
We'll
it back
give you
to-
more information.
Engineer with a flyer.
We'll give you more information a little bit later with the Party Awards. I'm sorry, I want to give more information, but right now I'm too sleepy and I don't care. And so I'm just saying. Okay, so let's see here.
Let's end the show, man.
I said, yeah, we got 3 minutes. Let me see. Is this true, bro? And then I'm gonna let you end the show. An Aquarius in the bedroom. I'm gonna read this.
Okay.
Can be difficult to turn them on when they're off, but it also can be difficult to turn them off when they're turned on.
Absolutely.
Are more than capable of keeping emotions separate from lovemaking.
Absolutely.
Yes. Oh, yes. Highly sexual and is generally talented and advanced with an ED in bed.
I'll let other
That's
people
true.
speak on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. View sex as fun and games, completely with toys and games. No
My parents don't
comment.
watch it. No comment.
No comment. Very unpredictable and carnal in bed. Carnal?
No comment.
No comment. Yeah. We can move on with that one. Wait a minute, this pizza took the shit out of me.
What?
Who did this? Who did this?
That wasn't
Like,
me.
for real.
That wasn't me.
Y'all, you guys got to go on to our Facebook. We have a picture of Chucky. You know when his face was smashed against the plastic, and it says how hoes be looking when they getting fucked in the car with the windows up and no AC. That is crazy. And on that note,
We out.
we're gonna be out of here. Where the cases, like I said, we catch us. We're gonna throw a watch party in our slot on next weekend. We're gonna replay the anniversary party, and then we'll be back on the 1st September and first Saturday in September. And on that kind of stuff on behalf of me and all everybody else, the MTG crew. We see y'all in a little bit. Peace and blessings, and have a fucking good Saturday.
Okay, preacher.
Peace out.
Or Jane.
Peace out.
Your
Goodbye.
mama gonna be some kind of mad at you.
I
She
don't. At
told
this
you.
point.
She told you not to cuss.
At this point, I don't care. My mama's been mad at me. I'm just really done. I'm telling you right now. I'm
I stole
sleeping.
your last piece of gum.
Did you?
I sure did. All up in your bag.
Murder She Wrote. Last song. I want to go to a reggae spot.
Do we have one in
Heroes.
Dallas? Not
Yeah,
yet.
Heroes. Heroes is good. Y'all done been there? We go to Heroes on Sunday. They jump on Sunday. Like a day party type thing. It's pretty good.
Put it up. Put it up. Who put it up? Where did we put it up?
Mo, you got. We getting him, okay? I'm coming.
You gonna get on the mic? You gonna get on the mic?
Okay, I'm coming. It's not our bill. You do this every week. Oh, no, we got to move.
I gotta go. Ooh, Jesus.
Oh, look at my baby. Say what's up. Don't be shy. Bye, y'all.
You don't be